Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy. And this is my weekly reading where I deliver all of the messages from the angels about what it is that you need to know to best navigate this week and this weekly energy and how you can make the most of the weekly energy. So we're going to be talking about that and what an energy it is. I'm really curious from you guys how you're feeling, how you're doing in this energy. It's a lot. We are very much in an intense energy. So if you're wondering what's going on, it's definitely intense right now. I'm curious if you guys are feeling that intensity. We are right in the middle of an eclipse portal. I talked about that last week. Make sure you watch last week's video because I definitely cover a lot of the things that we have going on here in this week. I won't cover them in the same detail this week, but definitely make sure you check that out so that you're connected with that if you haven't already. But we are in this eclipse portal and we are also now in Mercury retrograde as well. And this creates this very intense energy, but also an incredibly powerful energy. And you might be feeling the power of that. You might be feeling that feeling whenever the energy is really powerful or there's a lot of energy, a lot going on with the energy, I tend to feel what some people will describe as anxiety. That is just energy. It is just the way that my body processes the energy. I see that Jillian is saying that she's got things manifesting left and right. Absolutely. That is like the power of this energy. Jillian, I was just saying how powerful this energy is. And it's intense, but it's powerful. So let me cover first some of the challenges, and then I want to talk about what's happening with that. So some of the challenges with Mercury retrograde, we went from this quick moving, rapid energy where things were manifested, and we're now shifting into that slower energy. And it's calling for us to go within. It's asking for us to do our work. And so I find with Mercury retrograde, what happens is we tend to have our stuff come up. We tend to have those things that we need to be focusing on, the things that we need to heal, the things that we need to work on. And I feel like with this particular Mercury retrograde that there's very much we're working on healing new layers or working on a new layer of healing for ourselves. And so we may find old stuff coming back for us. That tends to come up with Mercury retrogrades, is old stuff coming back. And we're working on this old stuff, or we're recognizing old themes, old patterns that are coming up. And the reason that they're coming up is because there's still healing that needs to be done. There's still healing that needs to happen. I know that's annoying and it's frustrating, right? But I always like to look at Mercury retrograde as an opportunity for that to happen. Now we have this happening while we're here in between these eclipses, which creates an eclipse portal. Eclipse portals are a very powerful time of lots of things happening. This is the kind of energy where you might think that your life is going one way at the beginning of the week, and by the end of the week, it looks completely different because there are these destined events. There are these things that are happening that are helping us to clear and release, that are helping us to begin with, lean into new beginnings, that are helping us to start new chapters, that are helping us to connect with things that are destined for us that maybe we didn't even know were coming. There's kind of this energy of, I don't know what to expect, but things are happening. And I feel like a big part of this is that there's so much magic happening in the mix of all of this as well. This is intense, but there's so much magic happening. And Jillian was just saying how things are manifesting. Yeah, I think that there's a lot manifesting, which is why I covered last week how important it is that we're making sure that we're being mindful of what we're focusing our mental energy on. What are we thinking about? What are we focusing on? Because there is a very powerful manifestation energy. And I do feel like some things are happening this week that have been destined that maybe we've been feeling like we've been waiting on for a long time, or maybe there are things that are happening that are really powerful and good for us, but we didn't even know we wanted until this week. So we'll see how all of this plays out. But the whole point is, it's so important that right now we are flowing with this energy, that we are letting ourselves be led, that we are not holding on to anything with too tight of a grip, that we're not trying to control things. Because if we can lean into it, if we can trust it, this is bringing us to our destiny. When I was connecting with this energy and asking the angels to show me, what do I need to share with you, or what does this look like here this week, they showed me a combination lock, right? And then that combination lock became the wheel in the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot. And I didn't pull the Wheel of Fortune in the tarot cards, but this energy is very present this week, next week, the following week as well. I wouldn't be surprised if next week that Wheel of Fortune pops up. But they showed me the combination lock and then the Wheel of Fortune. And it's basically saying that the things that are showing up for us right now, those things that we're being shown that we need to work on, that we need to heal, that we need to work through. And by the way, sometimes that just means that we need to feel the emotions around it. We need to let ourselves feel into that and experience that. The things that are showing up, the actions that we're feeling called to take right now, the experiences that we need to be having that are showing up for us right now, because these experiences that are happening right now are happening for us. All of that together is creating like the combination to unlock our destiny. So as much as it's frustrating, as much as it's hard, and some of this isn't, by the way, some of these are, again, really magical and exciting things that are happening, but also we have to like work through the challenges that are coming up for us, because it is giving us this power to unlock the next level, is what it feels like, right? We can't get to the next level until we work through the previous level. And so we have to master the challenges that we've been working on. And this very much feels to me like a mastery. So if you're frustrated, if you're like, why do I have to keep learning the same lesson over and over and over again? This is about mastering that lesson so that you can move into a new level, that you can move into a new phase. And so we also are really working on healing in layers as well. So you may find that, oh geez, I already thought that I healed that, right? You're having that thought, something is coming up for you that you thought that you healed, but there's still healing left to do. Let yourself be shown. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. We don't even have to attach any meaning to it or any thought to it. Just recognizing, okay, this is coming up for me to give me an opportunity to work through it, to feel it, to heal it, to do whatever it is that I need to do with it. And that is incredibly powerful. I can just feel in the intensity of this energy as well, that it's really driving, how do I say this? I'm trying to put this into words. Sometimes I feel the energy and it's hard to put into words. It's really driving us to push past the things that we need to push past. So allowing this process to naturally unfold. Again, flow is going to be your best friend here. Asking for help, asking for guidance, but as often as you possibly can, also intentionally choosing to hand things up. I don't know why this is happening right now, but I'm choosing to hand it up. You know, I've been sharing with you guys, I've been taking some leaps of faith and working on some things that are very much for me stirring up old fear in some ways, but I'm recognizing that old fear is, I don't feel it in the same way as I once did. And this is really an opportunity for me to completely clear that out, to completely let that go so that I don't ever feel afraid in the same way again. Maybe I'll feel afraid about different things or afraid in different ways, but I'll never feel, I have this soul knowing that I'll never feel afraid in the same way again. And specifically for me, this is around feeling divinely supported. You know, so basically a fear around, if I take a leap of faith, if I do these things that I feel intuitively led to do, will I be divinely supported? And I've gotten the message again and again and again, and the evidence again and again and again that I am divinely supported, but this is stretching me a little bit. And as I lean into that, I think that I'm finally creating this understanding of exactly how divinely supported I am and exactly how much the universe, God, whatever you want to call that, whatever that is for you, has my back, is supporting me in continuing to follow my flow and my intuition and what I feel called to do. I also feel the need to say that for those of you who are having a hard time in this energy, and I think a lot of people are in a lot of ways, that everything is temporary. And that was part of the message that came through today, is everything is temporary. And even today you might feel really emotional or really upset around something or really worried about something or really fearful about something. And then tomorrow you feel different, you feel better, you feel lighter. So know that, and try not to get too caught up in making that your reality or your truth or the way that things are. Take some time. You're gonna feel unclear in this energy. You're gonna feel cloudy. You're gonna feel like somebody used the analogy of like being on a boat and they're trying to flow, but it's all very cloudy right now, right? And that's very much the energy that's happening. You might not be able to see ahead of you. You might not be able to see where you're going, but your intuition is that GPS that's guiding you every single step of the way. So making sure that you're honoring that and listening to that. We also want to make sure in this energy, because it is more challenging, that we're giving extra attention to self-care, that we are getting extra rest. This is an exhausting energy. You might find that you're extra tired. I've been really, really tired. So are you feeling more tired or feeling like more emotional, and so you've got to take better care of yourself in that, or whatever it is that you're needing? This is a great time for us to be tuning into ourselves, asking ourselves, what is it that I need right now? What is it that I need this hour? What is it that I need this day? Helping yourself to move through this energy, because that's part of what we need to be doing too, is that's part of unlocking that combination, right? Is honoring ourselves, acts of self-love, those kinds of things. So this is very, very key. So let's take a look at the cards. So we have the Hanged Man, right? We have a slowdown, we have a pause, but the Hanged Man never pauses just because. He pauses to gain enlightenment. Can you see all that light around his head? He pauses to gain enlightenment. And so the pause is purposeful. And this video could be titled that as well. You know, the pause is purposeful. This pause, this slowdown, this need to reflect, this need to go within, this need to process things right now, to look at things from different perspectives, is all for a purpose of bringing us to a state of clarity, a state of enlightenment, a state of understanding, a state of knowing what it is that we need to do next. Because yes, a lot of things are happening for us, but we're also being led in terms of what it is that we need to be making happen for ourselves. You might not quite be clear on that just yet, and that's okay. But that is what we are inviting in, and that is what we are bringing in. So there is a power in the pause. The Three of Swords in reverse. Old pain, old hurt, old stuff coming up. I would take a look at that. What are the themes of the pain, of the stress, of the upset that are coming up for you? And where does that not only connect with the circumstances that are happening right here and now, but with the circumstances that you have experienced recently or in the past, or even in the way, way back past? I feel like we're healing things from childhood even. And can we allow this healing? Because healing is such a powerful act of self-love and so empowering to let that go. So rather than ignoring it or trying to push it away, can we feel it? Can we ask ourselves, what do I need to do with this energy? And can we work toward healing it so that we can move forward? This is allowing us to take the swords out and make ourselves whole. The next card that we have here is the Empress card. We're clearing away the barriers that are blocking our blessings. But if you yourself are blocking your blessing, if I myself am blocking my blessings, and believe me, we all are in some way, shape, or form, we need to be made aware of how we are doing that so that we can clear it away, so that we can become the powerful magnet in this world that calls to us and manifests to us all the things that we want. We are stepping into our powerful magnetic manifestation power, but first we have to release any of the leftovers that are blocking our blessings, blocking our flow, blocking our trust in our higher power, blocking our trust in ourselves. This is a beautiful energy, and this is us stepping into our power and owning it and knowing our worth, knowing our value, and being shown where we aren't feeling valued, where we maybe haven't known our worth in the past, but now we do, and so we behave differently. We behave accordingly. The next card that we have here is the King of Wands in reverse. So this might not be like hardcore time for action, okay? That you might not even be clear as to exactly what actions you need to take. So you might just be here still in this Hanged Man energy, taking time, letting it build, letting it grow. And what it feels to me like is an energy, a fire that is building within us, that is going to drive us forward, that is going to support us in pursuing our passions, that once we unlock that combination, once we step into our destiny, once we allow ourselves to shift into that next level of things. Because for me, the Wheel of Fortune, I was talking about the Wheel of Fortune card, that for me is about like going into the next level, but feeling supported in doing that, and our luck changing for the better. This is, sorry, there's a car going by and it's really, really loud, but there's your sound response. Okay. I always look for sound responses in my readings so that we are knowing, that's kind of like an exclamation for the things that I just said. Okay. So with this, I feel like there's like this fire that's slowly burning within us, that is desiring something, that is searching for something, that is wanting to create something, that is passionate about something. And when the timing is right and we will be shown, we will leap, we will jump, we will move, we will go. And you don't have to wait until Mercury retrograde is over to make that leap, but you do want to wait until you feel that, until it's time. And maybe that's not this week. Maybe you don't get that intuitive prompt. It's go time. It's time for me to take this action. It's time for me to do this thing. Right now, take some time to reflect and let yourself be shown the when, the how, and the what, right? Because maybe we don't know the best way just yet. When you don't know the way, when you don't know the when you don't know the what, ask God, ask your higher power to show you the way. That's really, really key. And in the meantime, this Eight of Pentacles to me this week is about us working on us, right? The greatest project that we will work on this week is ourselves. So making yourself a big focus of that, making yourself a big focus of your time and your energy, and how can I work on self-actualizing myself, becoming the best version of myself. And we've been working on that. We've been investing in that. And this is saying not only are our investments in ourselves going to pay off, but also we are becoming the masters of our own lives. So can we continue to do this work? And I know we're exhausted, right? We've been working on ourselves for a long time, and there's a frustration in that, but we didn't come here to be comfortable. We came here to do the work, to create the things, to fulfill our purpose. And this is supporting us in being able to do that. And then the last card that we have here with the tarot, and then I have a couple of oracle cards, is the Death card. Metamorphosis, change. If it wants to go, let it go. Don't fight it. If it wants to come to a close, let it come to a close. But you may also become aware of where you need to close things out, where you need to let things end, or also just where you need to let things change, shift. You know, I had a pretty big change here. We had Chelsea, who is in our office, she moved out this week, right? So it's the same. I'm still in the same office, but that is spurring forth a lot of different changes here in the office. And so it's the same, but it's different, right? And so I need to learn to embrace the change. I'm a Taurus. I don't love change. A lot of people don't like change, right? But I need to allow this metamorphosis that wants to happen. And it's great and it's amazing, you know, and she will be doing her thing as well and allowing her own metamorphosis to happen. So letting the changes flow through us so that it's leading us to where we need to be. And I don't know exactly what that looks like. I said that to her yesterday. I don't know exactly what this looks like, but I do know what I'm being shown, and I'm taking those next steps, and I'm trusting that God has the rest under control. And so there's so much happening. Let's look at the oracle cards that I pulled. I just felt like we needed some extra messages. I pulled the self-care card. Goes without saying. Extra self-care. Strong emphasis on the self-care this week. And then the next card that we have here is the aura card. Pay attention to your vibration. You know, pay attention to how you're feeling, how you're doing. You're going to be extra emotional this week or off this week or going through some stuff, doing your work this week. So you might feel kind of off. And this isn't saying that you need to be perfect or that you need to be full of light at any given moment. But as often as you possibly can, keep coming back to your light. Keep coming back to your purpose. Keep coming back to your gratitude. That is the stuff that is going to keep you in balance as we go through this challenging energy, and it's going to help support you as you unlock your destiny. So those are your messages here for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys watch this all the way to the end, make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate you all so much. If you are not subscribed on my YouTube channel and you're watching this there, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. I am working on building that, and I really appreciate the support. And you guys have been rock stars, by the way, with hitting that like button on that. So I so appreciate that. That's really helping the algorithm, and it's helping to support all of the things that I'm doing. So I appreciate you all so much. Feel free to comment below. I always love to hear from you guys. And if you think this would resonate with someone else, make sure you tag them, share this with them, whatever that is. Thank you so much. I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.